and I was dealing with drugs again. So I got caught by the cops again, and then I went to jail. So my mom went to jail, and she talked to me. She was like, "Hey, do you want to stay here forever in the jail, or you want to go to the orphanage? This is your last opportunity." She said, "Yes." I said, "Yes, I want to go back to the orphanage because I was scared about being in jail." So I went back to the orphanage, and I had to well behave, but I didn't have a good behavior. So I kept fighting with my friends. I didn't like the rules. I had to sleep at 8 p.m. when I loved to sleep at 12 a.m. at home when I was at my mom's home. So since I didn't respect the rules, I used to wash dishes, which I don't like. I didn't used to like it at all, but I didn't have more options. So while I was living in the orphanage, we used to have devotionals, which is like talking about the Bible and reading the Bible and praying, whatever. So to me, all of those things were trash. They were trash. I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in Christians because I had the picture of my father when he died, and I was wondering, God, if you does exist, tell me why you allowed my father to die. If I loved him a lot, and he was the provider at home, and we were literally starving when my father passed away. So where are you? So I didn't believe anything about being Christian. So to me, it was garbage. And I was, even though I didn't believe in God, I was always making questions to God and also to my leaders. I was like, hey, if God does exist, why my father died basically in my face? Why that happened? And I would ask God, hey, why this is happening? Tell me, if you love, if you care for us, why this is happening? So I didn't understand, but the day by day, the orphanage, while I was listening to the devotionals, praying, I learned how to pray. Even though I didn't like it, I learned how to do it. I felt that God talked to my heart, and he took my father away because he wanted to. My father was involved in gang stuff. He used to be a troublemaker too. And yeah, that was the price that he had to pay. And it doesn't mean God was not love, because he did it, because he's God. And also we do things and we have to pay the price of the things we do in purpose. So I was living there. I was fighting. I was giving problems to the leaders. I wanted to escape, but I could not because I didn't want to come back to jail. And one day, while I was sitting in the sofa, I felt a voice in myself, and the voice said, "Delton, aren't you tired of living like this, like fighting, being punished, washing dishes which you don't like?" And I was like, yeah, I have to try to change my life. So I decided changing my life. It was a process though, because I kept fighting, but I was trying to give the best of me. So I earned the confidence of my leader, and then I was the right hand of my leader by then. I would carry the keys of the house. I would be the only one with the right to turn on the TV for the rest of the guys. I would delegate responsibilities about cleaning the house in the orphanage, and that helped me out a lot. So I loved it. So after 1 year or so, the main principal of the ministry, he came to our house and he said to my leader, I want someone, we need someone to help in the other orphanage. Do you have someone with skills and good behavior? And my leader said, oh yes, we have Delton. So he talked to me, he said, Delton, would you like to help in an orphanage? Helping with kids, you're gonna be the right hand of someone else, and you're gonna be kind of leading with them the house. And I say yes. I was happy for that. So I agreed, and then next week or so, I went to the other place. So in the other orphanage, we were dealing with kids ages 7, 8 years old, and by then I was 15, 17, 16 years old. So it was it was a change in my life, but I learned a lot of things. I learned how to change diapers. I learned how to cook in my age. I learned how to give devotionals. And God really transformed my heart through helping others and through my life struggles. And then after being in that house, I moved to another house and I was helping kids with HIV. It was tricky for me because I was like, oh, I'm good and I don't want to get sick because those kids have HIV, so I have to be careful. So I was the right hand of someone else, and I was serving in that orphanage, serving the food for the kids with HIV, and then I loved them a lot. So like 5 months or so later, one of my leaders talked to me and he said, Dalton, would you like to be the leader of a house with kids of HIV by yourself? And I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna be leading the house by myself. And then I say yes. So they opened the new house for boys with HIV, and I moved to that house, and I was by then 17 years old, 18 years old. So I was leading the house. I was leading a house of 24 kids with HIV, ages 10 to 14, 15 maybe. And that was a great experience. So after that, I spent 2 years at the orphanage, living and helping out the kids. I used to cook for them. I used to laundry for them. I used to clean the house for them. I used to lead them every day. I used to give them devotionals. They would make a lot of questions to me about Christian life, and it was a great experience. So after that, I left the orphanage, and then I was living with my sister, and then I went to work in a ministry called CEF for 1 year or so, and then I moved to Vision Trust, and then to the youth center. So my message for you, well, the reason why I'm giving you this short brief about my story is because I know you guys, you have a lot of questions about life, about God, about what to expect in life. But I can tell you that it doesn't matter the situation you're walking through, God loves you always. He's taking care of you, and you have such a big privilege of having your parents, having a school, having food at home, having a youth center, having people that always carry for you. And the only reason you have that is because God wanted that for you, and He decided for you. So He loved you, and that's a promise that came from Him, and He's always there. I know you cannot see God. I know you have a lot of questions like, oh, if God doesn't exist, why this is happening? But from my own experience, I can tell you that God does exist. And it's not because I had a Christian family, because we were not Christian at all, but it was because God always showed His hand in our lives in the middle of the struggles. Today you have a great chance to receive Jesus in your heart, just like I did it when I was in the orphanage. I didn't know how that was feeling like, but I decided and I prayed and I said, God, I want Jesus to be my heart. I want to be forgiven. by my sins, and yeah, I just want a life change. I did it, but after I did that, I didn't understand what I was doing. I didn't feel anything. But through the years, my life changed a lot. And it was because Jesus was in my life, and He gave me, and He still give me salvation. So God bless you all, and bye.